babe, what up? What
What's
you
up?
doing?
Baby, I'm still cooking. I'm down here. I got, this order got to go out, in the morning. It's 11:30, but the order got to be out by 2 tomorrow. I'm still down here cooking.
Yeah, I had a last meat on the smoke.
Oh, really? The last meat is on there? Okay, cool. So that means we're going to be able to get out at a certain time. Okay.
When you come upstairs, I'm gonna need you to cut these toenails.
All right, babe. All right. I'll cut your toenails when I come upstairs.
All right, don't stay too late, feel me?
All right, baby. I'll see you in a minute.
Yep.
Oh, hang up. 35 minutes later, approximately 12:06 a.m.
Hey, babe, you woke?
Yes, do you?
You woke? You got the stuff for your toenails?
Did you get everything done?
Yeah, I still got 2 more pans of macaroni to do, but I'm good. Like, I was at work all day today. Had to do some stuff after work. But I just got 2 more pans of macaroni and cheese to do in the morning. And so, the order gonna be out by 2 o'clock for sure. You got the stuff for your toenails?
Yes, it's here.
All right, baby. Come on, give me your foot.
How was work, baby? I've been missing you all day.
There you go with that foolishness. Listen, work was work. Your badass kids, your badass baby mamas with their badass kids was all off the hook. You know how I feel about them kids. I love them, but they be off the hook. But work was okay today.
Yeah, whatever. But, hey, what we doing this week? What we doing this week? 'Cause, I want to take you out.
Hey, listen. Right now we got all this stuff on the floor. We got, we mobile soling. It's May. We just got off of vacation. We just really trying to, I'm trying to hurry up and finish the school year out. So let's just, let's be just, cool, calm, and, collective, all right? All right, babe?
All right, baby.
All right.
Baby, you tired?
Huh? Babe, I'm asleep.
Well, you gonna have to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Because I need you to rub my back now. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
God. No, babe, listen.
Baby, are you hot?
Nah, baby, I ain't hot at all, but I could turn the air on if you want me to. Let me turn the air conditioner on.
Man, I'm on fire. Give me your hand. It takes, ooh, wait a minute.
Dang, you are kind of hot.
I'm
You
sweating.
sweating. You real sweaty. You want me to turn the air on?
Yeah, please turn the heater on. I'm hot. I'm burning up.
10 minutes later.
Baby, you sleep?
What's up?
Can you get my medicine? I need my medicine now.
Where is it at?
It's right there. It's in a small bottle.
This one?
Yeah?
Okay, here.
Thanks, baby. Move over here. I want to lay on your side.
He rests his head on her side. 12 minutes later.
Lulu!
Baby, what's wrong? What's wrong?
No, no.
Dion, talk to me. Daniel, Dion, come here. Your daddy needs us.
No, no.
Dion, stay with us. I need you. At that moment, that is the moment that my life changed forever. I went from catering, loving, being an obedient wife as much as possible as I knew how to be. That was the moment that my new lover, who I did not want, who I did not love, pay for nothing. He didn't give me nothing. He did absolutely nothing for me. But what he did, he said, I'll be your new lover. That lover name is grief. If I ask you all, what is grief? Some of you all would say, oh, it's when somebody died. You know, it's a feeling. And I ask you, what is grief to you? Matter of fact, what is grief? What is grief to you? When you lose someone dear to you, what is grief to you? When your life changed, what is grief to you? What is grief to you? Baby, do you even know what grief is? You are in a room full of it. If someone asks Lou, what is grief? My definition of, let me go back to what the Webster's Dictionary, because people buy that. The Webster's Dictionary says that grief is a deep sorrow, especially that is caused by someone's death. Lulu's definition of grief is the reality of being in a lifetime battle with loss. Most of us think of grief as a painful post-feeling after something happened. But grief can happen anytime an event disrupts your life, what you know to be normal. That's what grief is. Anytime it disrupts, it messes up, it shakes it. That's what grief is. Anything that disrupts your life from what you know to be normal, or an unwanted event that forces us to change forever. So once he comes in, there is no turning back. There is no begging and pleading. There is no a dollar amount. There is no, hey, let me do this. There is nothing. It's there for the rest of your life. That's what grief is. A very close friend to me said that it's like a constant pain that lives rent-free. So that means it ain't going nowhere. It's a constant pain that lives rent-free that ain't going nowhere because it's free to be there. Some people grieve a friend, a family member. I have relatives that grieve a pet, that when they lost their pet, it dealt with me. Some people grieve a marriage, a friendship, or another kind of kinship. You know, whether it's a cousin or, some people grieve a job or a career because your life was great and then you lost your job. Some people grieve financial stability. I had a cousin who worked for Shinola, and they all over the world. I didn't even know she worked for that place, Johnston. But some people grieve that. Some people grieve a dream or a goal. Some people grieve good health because you've been diagnosed with something. I have kidney failure. Some people grieve their youth. I'm old. I don't know what you're grieving. But what I do know is that you will grieve. You may grieve even the loss. Let's just say you're a person, you can still be living. You can grieve someone just giving you some bad news. You can grieve. I found myself grieving, y'all, for myself and my boys. Just thinking about my son not having his father at his graduation. Just thinking about my sons having children and their father not being there as much as he loved kids, not being there. I grieve that. I get it. Some of y'all in here too spiritual, so I'm talking too all over the place. So let me go down some people's lane. If you need some scriptures about grief, Abraham mourned over Sarah. He grieved her. Jacob mourned over Joseph. Israel wept for Aaron. Y'all, listen, it's grief all in the Bible. And then for y'all who just, because some people are more, I ain't gonna say like you got spiritual people, you got regular people like myself. Now let me come down your street. The NBA is grieving over Kobe. Right? The rap world still grieves over Tupac and who? Biggie. Grief is all around you. It is here. It is a constant pain that people walk around with every single day. I have 2 Band-Aids on my shoulder that's killing my sister right now. Like, she's like, why do you have these Band-Aids on your shoulder? I got a shot yesterday, 2 of them. 2 shots. My arm is hurting. It is hurting. It hurt all night. I'm like, I've never had a shot that felt like this. When I got ready to take the Band-Aids off, I heard God say, leave it on. Because that's what your life has been like for the last year. People know you lost your husband. So when you come into a place, they feel sorry for you before you even say anything. They feel some kind of way before they even see you. It's a constant outward reminder. She hurting, y'all. She hurting. You have seen me travel, and I was still hurting. You have seen me dance, and I was still hurting. You have seen me laugh, but I was still hurting. So many people will judge you because how you choose to deal with grief. But what you have to understand is that grief and mourning is 2 different things. Grief is what happens to you. I lost someone. Mourn is like when you see people wear all black, because I'm all black, because this is what happened. It's what I do. It's what I do to get through it. For the past year and a half, I have been walking around. I didn't do nothing for this to be my life. My last minutes was me being a wife. Some people ask as little kids, they say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And some people say, oh, I want to be a doctor. Oh, I want to be a lawyer. Oh, I want to be a race car driver. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to win at loving. I wanted to win at being what he needed me to be. I wanted him to know that I was willing to love him through it all. For better or worse, for sickness and in health. And I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be saying, to death did us part. That's my reality that I live with every single day. Every single day. Every trip, every dinner, every hug, every smile is what I deal with every single day of my life. Today, we're going to talk about grief, love, loss, and relationships. We're going to have an intimate conversation. We're going to go from pain to passion to purpose. That's what this is about. It wasn't about buying a ticket. It wasn't about buying, even though it's some nice stuff over there on that rack, I wanna get stuff over here. And we definitely got the insurance man, and we got some stuff, we got some, we gonna get there, right? But the conversation that we're having today is that I wanted to be able to have a real life conversation with people who say they love me, with people who say they support me. That's what this was about. A real life conversation about grief. So today, y'all, I have some great people here. It's ironic that they're here because when I think about where we started and where we're at, it gotta be a God thing. When I say, if I was in a fight and Phyllis, you can't get to me. Now you could slide in, but you can't get to me that quick. It's two people I know for sure on this earth, in this city, who I can call. And I don't gotta talk to them every day. I ain't gotta talk to them every month. But when I call them, they coming. Our text messages look like, hey, you good? Hey, you this? It starts with hey. Hey, you good? Hey, you this? You all right? It's simple, cut and dry. On my worst day, when I got the worst news, I was with my auntie and my mother in Atlanta. And I was in Atlanta with my mom. Happened to be there for St. Patrick's Day. For where my baby at? Where our miracle baby? Right there, her baby shower. Flew in for her baby shower. We prayed for this baby to come forth. Flew in for her baby shower. My mama had a doctor's appointment. She said, Lou, I got an appointment. I gotta be there at 8 o'clock. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I came up here to just kind of party, but okay, I'm gonna be at this doctor's appointment at 8 in the morning. Go to the appointment. I get there. I make this guy right here. Make sure that I get there. Get up. Make sure you go to that appointment. I go over there. I get to the appointment. We go inside. Y'all see my cousin pulling up. She just drove in from California. So when she come in, I need just a round because that means a lot to me. She just got off the road. I see that car, I'm just saying it does something to me. But however, we go to the hospital, we go to the doctor. They start asking her about her, oh no, that's Tish, I'm sorry, that's my friend Tish. But we gonna get Tish now. But listen, we get to the hospital and they start asking her, does she have her wheels and stuff rolled? And so I said, they like, well, we asked everybody that. We asked everybody about wheels. And so we go into a room. I sit on the examination table. She sit in the chair. My auntie's sitting in the chair. The doctor comes in and he says, start talking to her. And he says, wait a minute, I'll be right back. In the midst of that conversation, I get a phone call. Mama, am I lying? Ain't Phyllis, am I lying? Hey, Trish just lost her son. Am I lying? It broke me down. Trish just lost her son. Okay. My boys and her boys grew up right there together. My boys only spent the night at her house. That's the only house they ever spent the night at. Okay. Doctor come back in. Doctor tells me that my mother has cancer in every part of her body. That has traveled and is in several parts of her body. So here I am. I done lost my sister. I done lost my spiritual mother. I done lost my husband. And now I'm being faced with possibly losing my mama. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this, but this one right here, come on up. I know how to deal with this. You up next. Hey.
I am Trisha Williams, the mother of 5 beautiful children. Therese, 22, Jermaine, 18, forever 18, Joshua, 17, Jacob, 8, Joy, 3, the wife of 20 years to Jermaine Williams Sr.
Amen.
How I look, y'all?
Sexy.
Right. Well, St. Patrick's Day, I thought I was cute. I'm a teacher. I had on all green. We were having a little thing at work. That's my boss. We were so excited. I'm the one that always planned everything at school. You walk in, everyone wants to visit our center because it's beautiful. I didn't make it to work because at 6:44 a.m., my oldest son called, my ride or die, who was there with me through cancer, through breast cancer, who watched all his siblings be born, cooked, cleaned, watched the kids while me and Daddy took trips, while we taught children's ministry for 12 years. And she's the youngest. And he helped teach children's ministry with us. We reached many children, me and my husband did. Kids who, Tania, she wouldn't get up and say nothing to nobody. Miss Trish, I'm not doing it. But Miss Trish and Mr. Jermaine could pull anything out of anybody's kids. But on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, I couldn't pull my son from death. My oldest son called and he said, "Good morning, Mom." He worked at my job. He was a janitor. So I'm thinking he wanted a ride. I said, "What? What's up?" He said, "I just killed my brother." For me, I said, "What?" I heard, "Mom had to kill my brother." I said, "Say it again." He said, "I killed JJ." I'm gonna take these off. I said, "What? How?" He said, "We got into an argument, and I don't know." I said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm at home." I said, "I'm on my way." I got there to their apartment down in Detroit. We stayed in Dearborn. And I got there, there was ambulance, police, news reporters, everywhere. And I looked at myself and I said, "Damn, you broke." How do you go from teaching everybody's kids about God, showing them the way, not to hang out in the streets, not to do this, don't pick up guns, don't do that, cover your ear gates, cover your eye gates, close your ears, and then it happens to my children. We met over 20 years ago, and I had my son. Therese is my son, our son. He was 1.5, And my husband was 19 years old. He said, I don't care. I said, your family gonna be like, listen, leave this old girl alone. He said, I don't care what my family say. I'm gonna take care of you, and I'm gonna take care of him. And that's what he's done for the last 22 years. Struggles? Yeah, we had struggles. I just shared with Brittany how my sister had 4 kids, I had 4 kids, had 4 boys, she had 4 girls, and we struggled for a while. Aunt Donna would give us furniture, and we would go to the thrift store and buy clothes on Easter, and everybody be sugar sharp. We struggled, but we made it. Our children are our everything. Anybody that know us, when they see us, they say football. There's not a team in the city that you can go to that they don't know the Brick family. They don't know the Williams Nation. They know us. We served in ministry for years, like I said at the beginning, and we're still serving, but on a different plateau. COVID, I almost lost my husband. I was pregnant with Joy, and I have been watching this guy being a wife. I like fishing, finding new things for our family. That's what wives do. And I was 8 months pregnant. My husband come home, he said, babe, I'm sick. Can't feel my chest hurt real bad. And I've been watching this guy, he said, do pills, put it in the water, put salt. So when he came home, I made him get over this pot every 30 minutes. I said, oh no, nigga, you ain't leaving here. Not with all these kids. And we kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And he's still here. Amen. My grandmother was my rock, my best friend. I call her, tell her everything. She said, girl, I don't even want to know all that. Well, you gonna know today. December 3rd, she found out she had pancreatic cancer. Did a photo shoot for her. Then January 17th, she died. 2 months before my son. He knew what he was doing. Because if my grandmother was here, she would have been gone anyway from those boys. Those were her babies. My son's death took everything in me out. I didn't want to comb my hair. I didn't want to wash my tail. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to watch no kids. I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't want to answer my phone. Grief gripped me. My son was my bestie. All my kids are my besties. In a different way, though. Jermaine, we kicked it on a football level. He would tell Mom, I don't like your hair. I don't like your outfit. That's fine. You don't have to. I'm still gonna rock it. No, you're not. You're gonna go change it. Okay, son, I'm gonna go change it. He developed concussions from football. That's why we have a training company to show kids a better way to play the game. He was a hard player. Always won trophies, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of awards for football because he was just phenomenal. He developed 2 concussions in his senior year, which put him into a mental state. He developed bipolar disorder, PTSD. He would flip out. He would fight us sometimes, and it was okay. Because when your family, it doesn't matter, your family. You go through things, you go through heartaches, you go through pains, your family. Well, I guess that day my son couldn't handle it. So we don't hate him. We praying for him. We're keeping him lifted. I don't know what happened that day. Only God knew. One day, I said to God, I was very mad. I said, how do you take my baby? We got a business to run. He got a baby. We got it's so much to do. It's too much. How do you take my baby? After all I've done for all these kids, picking them up for choir rehearsal, spending our money. When we used to get bridge card, the whole thing would be gone because kids saying they didn't eat Sunday morning. How do you take my baby? I told God, I said, nigga, you wrong. He broke me down. I said, your word says I can bear. I said, but I can't bear this. I had a bottle of pills sitting next to me. I said, I can't bear this. You took my baby and my other baby. Minnie said, oh, you didn't lose two. Yes, I did. Even though we're praying and interceding for our son and we still love him and we forgive him, I'm not ready to see him. So I lost two. I can't call him and say, go pick up your brother from school. Hey, Thanksgiving on the way. Go do this list for me. Come over for dinner. I'm not there yet. Thank you, grief. But let me tell you, God broke me down. I said, how you know I can bear this? Corinthians 10 and 13 for the believers, for the Christians.
You gotta make it plain.
It says that you can bear. I said, I've been reading your word, speaking your word, but I don't believe it. I can't bear this. What do you mean? Took me over to Mark 11, 12 through 25. God was talking to a fig tree. And he said, oh, you ain't bearing no more? Because he was hungry. He said, you ain't bearing no more? I can't use you no more, fig tree. He said, so Trish, let me ask you this. Just like I told that fig tree, I can't use him no more because it wasn't giving me nothing. It was dead. He said, so until you die, you can bear. The fig tree is supposed to bear fruit so Jesus can go eat from it. We're all fig trees. Because God needs a little bit from you. He 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 needs us in order to build his kingdom. So I say to you today, you can bear because you're not dead. Me and my husband started a ministry called Asunder for marriages. I told him not too long ago, I'm sorry that my son killed your son. He said, what did you say to me? I said, I'm sorry that my son killed your son. He said, why did you say that? I said, because Terez not yours. He said, yes, he is. He said, didn't I clothe him for 22 years? Didn't I feed him for 22 years? Didn't I go to every swim meet? Didn't I see him off to the Marines? Didn't I help him get his first car? Hell, I boosted his credit to 800 by the time he graduated and my shit not even there. He said, no, our son killed our son. Husbands, stick by your wives. Wives, stick by your husbands. Because we're all fig trees. God needs us all until the day that we die.
Amen.
Y'all have no idea how much they're younger than us. They're younger than me. When they came to our church, I felt like I saw me. And we just kind of clicked. I remember one day, let me tell you the type of husband she had. I remember one day being at church. And, you know, in ministry, you have people that come in and they be trying to do what they do. And it was a guy that came into the church, and he was acting crazy. You hear me? He was acting crazy. And so the guy ran up to the altar, and he ran around, and he ran up in the pulpit. And, you know, you got to be careful in these day and times, right? And the guy ran up in the altar and ran all this, and you had all these ministers and elders. Oh, Lord, our Father, God, in the name of Jesus, Lord Jesus. It was two of them. Two of them. One was Dion. The other was Jermaine. Jermaine tackled him so hard. Dion, get this nigga up out of here. Get him up out of here. And that's just the type of guy he is. You gotta know when to pray. You gotta know what hands to lay when you need to lay them. It is what it is. I am so grateful to be connected to well-rounded people. Because what I do know is that everybody don't know the word. That's the reason why you're getting it sealed with it. But we're going to speak wherever you at. Because the one thing that I do know is that I have been around people who are well-rounded. And the one thing about the God that I serve, the Jesus I serve, he was all about the works, not the word. He was about his works. So if you ask me the word, I may not be able to quote it, but I promise you this. I know how to feed the multitude. You hear what I'm saying? I know how to give you what you need in your time of need. I know how to pray. My last touch on my husband was me praying for him. I told that EMS, you saved my husband. He is great. He's fucking great to me. Excuse my language. He is fucking great to me and my kids. Save him. And they worked on him for over an hour and a half in my house before they called me. I apologize if my words are offensive, but that's what grief do. Grief changes the language that you are accustomed to. Every day I wake up probably on 6.5. It doesn't take much for me to get to 10. And when I am going back and forth with somebody and I'm saying, there are some things that have happened in my life that I had no control over. So I have no idea why we are sitting here going back and forth and we can control this. It's just a matter of us getting an understanding, listening, taking time to be patient. When I feel like I can't do that, before I know it, the F word that came out. I've never used this word in my life. Excuse my language, family. It's either fuck it, fuck them, fuck whatever, fuck it all. It's fuck. Amen. So, it's a secret. So before we take an intermission, I want to say two things. There is a family. God is so wonderful. And he works like, I promise you, when you don't think he's working, he will be moving his hands. He is behind the scenes doing what he do. Like, he is just so great. On the night that Dion passed away, no, I'm sorry, the day of his service, his celebration, Dion told me after I lost my sister, because I'm the one who makes the cookies for the neighborhood. I make cookies for single moms, cookies and brownies, because you gotta make cookies for Santa, right? So being a single mom, you out here, you're doing it by yourself. So let me make the cookies for you. So you can put them out, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta come home and make cookies for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let me make the cookies and put them out for the kids. You know, that's what I do. I'm that person. That year, after I lost my sister, y'all, I ain't make no cookies. Excuse my language, fuck them cookies. Then no brownies. That's how I felt. And he gave me a space and a place. He said, okay. And I had bought all the stuff. And he said, you know what? Okay, you don't gotta make them. He said, but let me tell you this. The world needs you. The world needs you. Baby, I ain't feeling myself. I lost my sister. I don't like, this is the conversation with me and my husband. I don't feel myself. I ain't feeling that. The world needs you, okay? So don't make them now. But the world needs you. You gotta come up out of this. Then, 2-3 months later, I lose a student. This little girl used to give me the business, and when she was in high school, because she used to come to school too sexy. That was her problem. She came to school too sexy, Carlisha. And, and so for 4 years, she graduated with my oldest son. But for 4 years, every day, girl, you too sexy. Go home. I call her parents, look, come get her. Come get her. She too sexy. But however, after she graduated, when I say that baby loved me, she loved me. And guess what she taught me, y'all? She taught me, because I felt like she was too sexy. Well, she was too sexy for school. But she was confident in her full figureness. She was beautiful. Right? And she taught me, like, no, it's okay to be pretty. Like, I'm okay. It's just I'm wearing it the wrong place. Once I saw her in a different light, she was wonderful. That baby would come to me every school year. Beginning of the school year, Miss McVeigh, hey, you good? When we come up there and work and volunteer, you need me to work the front office for you because I know it's the beginning of the school and this and that is going on, and you know what I'm saying? And so she loved me. You love them now, they'll love you later. I promise you that.
Yes.
My baby lost her life. Was in a car accident. Lost her life. After that funeral, Dion told me, he said, don't go to another funeral. That was in February. Don't you go to another funeral. How you gonna tell me not to go to another funeral and nigga, you up next? So everything about him, I never called it a funeral, I called it a celebration of life. I didn't call it a repast, I called it a gala. On the night of his gala, that was the first time I ever entered into the Boogie Down Motorcycle Club on a club night, because it was on a Monday. When I went into that club, and because we went a couple of places, every place we went, it was food, it was drinks, it was good energy. We went into the motorcycle club, I was on my way home. As I got ready to walk out, a familiar face who I had been knowing all of my life since I was about in the 6th or 7th grade, Lucius. Lucius, I knew Lucius from St. Julian Catholic School.
Yeah.
He came to my neighborhood all the time. I call him Lucius, and the Boogie Down call him Sleepy. Lucius said to me, let me get it right, Sleepy, because he was in the Boogie Down. He said, come on, sis, I got you. He said, sis, let me tell you this. I got you. You don't have to worry about it. I got you. Lucius, I don't know this life. No, I'm walking you to your car. I got you. Those was his words to me. I got you. You don't have to be worried. I got you. He walked me to my car. He opened up the door. He made sure I got in there. He said, Lou, I got you, girl. You don't have to worry. I got you. Not even 3 or 4 days later, middle of the night, I get a phone call from my brother. Lou, I don't want you to hear it on the news. I don't want somebody to call you. I don't want you to see it on Facebook. Lucius just died. He was in an accident. Months later, through social media, the platform, I had people following me and talking to me and this, and they always encouraging me. People are always, a lot of my encouragement come from people I have never been in the same room with. She's been following me since 2020. Since 2020, since I went viral on Fox 2. Since Fox 2, she's been following me. And she told me, she said, I've been following you and this and that and other and blah, blah, blah. And she always say something nice. It was not until my father died, because some people don't know that. My daddy just died, y'all. My daddy just left here last month. And we were at the Boogie Down Motorcycle Club. Video going live, and she said, your daddy is in the Boogie Down? You know, my nephew was there. My nephew was there. He was there. Who is your nephew? Lucius. Life is so small, and grief don't discriminate. Grief will make you kin to people you have no idea you know. Grief is that cousin that come around, you know, they be going down the street and you see a picnic and people cooking, and you like, remember me, I'm such and such. That's what grief does. Grief will be whatever it needs to be to get into your space. Some people ask me, when they ask, why does she call this the life of a wife? Well, I'm a wife, right? But I really wanted to be more me in here. And the reason why is because as women, we take a lot. We encourage when we're not even encouraged. We love when we really want to give up. We see the best, even though the worst, it keeps smacking us in our face. Some people will ask, why do you call it the life of a wife? Well, why do you call it, why do we call it caterpillar? Caterpillar, we call it butterfly. It's the same thing, right? It's just a different time. It's the life of them. The duration. How do you become this? How do you become? Somebody asked me, Lou, who are you? And I asked the question. I said, I'm Lou. My mama and daddy named me Luana McVeigh. And they called me Little Lou when I was a kid. And then I got big, I was chunky, so I'm like, I don't want to be Little Lou. I want to just be called Lulu. So I was Lulu. But then life started happening. And I said, just call me Lou. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't expect nothing from me. Don't ask nothing of me. Just call me Lou. Because if you just let me be Lou, you're going to win. When you begin to have all them other expectations and all that other stuff, you're going to be real disappointed. Because in this season of my life, I don't even know what I'm going to give. Just call me Lou. Y'all, we're going to take a quick intermission. Please go to the vendors. Randy gonna talk about them, and we gonna come back.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please give my hands together for Lori. So Miss Latricia, is it Latricia? Did I say it correctly? Latricia. And that just goes to show you never know what someone is going